So we don't want them to do anything weird. So let's just turn sideways here. Oh yeah, the Swamper. At least one of these will connect. So we will get one more card. Gonti's good, actually. It's just like going, what if we had a Vitality? Thanks for checking out the video, hugely appreciate it. I have a very weird heavy creature deck that tries to use Enduring Vitality and Badgermole to sort of ramp and fix all of our colors, and also sort of lean into the Gonti thing. Yeah, Gonti time. I like this guy, bro. He's fun. Like, you just want to go wide and then like turn all your guys sideways, and then you can just start stealing their stuff. And as you cast stuff, it's easier to cast even more stuff, kind of, because you're like getting treasures, right? Or at least like do like little mini chains. So that's pretty good. Now you will notice like, wow, yeah, very creature heavy. We have the Lord Skitter in here, which is going to make a whole bunch of rats. These rats are going to be tapping for mana along with everything else. But that is a pretty prime little vibe that we got going on here. Of course, the Badgermole Cub. We know how good this is by now. You're earthbending, you're feeling sexy. All of the stuff that you're tapping with your Vitality is now 2 mana, right? You're making extra green, but the first mana can be anything. So you should be able to hopefully fix from there. The mana base was really hard to work out, but hopefully it works for you. This is what I ended up on. You have just like 1 Llanowar Elves. You have 6 creatures in this that are also some flyers in the second half. We know Freebooter to be so good, and it is in this deck as well. And Desperate Measures to draw a couple cards. The only other ways of like drawing like pure card draw stuff would be perhaps the Aclazotes, if you count that, and the Rakdos Patron of Chaos, if you count that. But some other cool ways of getting around like indestructibility or hexproof with this is kind of cool. Same with Azula, its target opponent. Now this is the other inspiration really, is it's just not as good because they'll just often choose their like weakest little guy, maybe like a 2-drop. It can't be a token, which is kind of cool. But we do get an extra thing from their graveyard, which is gravy, and then that stuff can be cast as though it had flash. So that's kind of neat, is you get that little flash upside. But it is 1 more mana than Gonti, and again, it doesn't always take the thing that you want to take. So there is some stuff here, but one cool little thing here. If this doesn't get you to subscribe, I don't know what will. Azula's rogue is a rogue, and Gonti's a rogue. Yeah, but what about the secret tunnel? I got you, bro. I got you. No, but for real, it's pretty cute there, right? Because you want them to connect for the damage to trigger this, right? So that's kind of cool. But there's really not too much. And also, like, even just picking 2 rats, like you'll have like some rats, right? Or maybe some bats. You got a bat here. You got a bat here. And perhaps a mat. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I was green eggs and ham, bro. So there's Rutstein. So you have some graveyard stuff. You have your Rutstein here and make some stuff a little bit cheaper, but also get something back. And you have your Rakdos joins up, which is going to do a lot of damage. Sort of justifies the multiple Azulas because like you could just like recast the first Azula. You will lose the cards you exiled. However, you will ping them for 4, which is kind of nice. So, but it's just a good card. It's just on rate card for some extra damage as well, which is kind of nice. And the only other graveyard thing is like Desecrax, but this cannot hit your Gonti, which is often what you're trying to like get back. It's what you care about the most. But you can get back a Skitter or Rutstein or the new Glen Alendra Guardian. Yeah, some ways of countering spells that we don't have. Otherwise, obviously you're not relying on that, but it can get you like out of the craziest pinch ever randomly or something. But also, it's just kind of a good flyer, even with the counter on it. So why not play one of? Why not? And you will notice that we have a Mai. Mai is pretty cute in here because we have so many creatures that are all representing mana and stuff and trying to work together. So you're not going to be losing the life, but hopefully your opponent is a non-creature based deck, and they will. So I thought Mai was pretty cool. It wins us a game today, which is pretty cool. And you have your Exiling from Lorwyn as well, which is a little bit of card filtering and some ramp to help. Even though it doesn't tap, it can still just help a little bit. And that card filter is a pretty nice upside when we do have a little bit of graveyard stuff. So you just want to dig into this deck and start turning sideways and just keep drawing cards, even though you don't have that much card draw. So that's kind of the idea. When I say drawing cards there, I think I was meaning like card advantage. So turning your stuff sideways is stealing their stuff. And you will be like, it's not too hard, right? When you have a Deep Cavern Bat or two, you have maybe one of the Sage tokens left over, you have 2 Rat tokens already made, right? And there are ways of like, I thought about adding stuff to make your guys unblockable and all that, but I was just like, no, let's just play like hella creatures, you know, just play hella creatures. And then you could even do something like 2 Mai's, maybe 1 less Azula, you know, and you could feel like pretty good about this. I think you'd feel pretty good about this. You easily could. For now, I'm just gonna keep it like this because Azula's not that bad, but she didn't really get a shine in the video, so something to consider. But that is kind of the deck. It works a lot better than it looks, but it's all obviously very one-dimensional. And if you're playing this in best of 3, you would need to have a sideboard that accounts for, first of all, creature haste. So you would need either like indestructibility, some ways of blinking your guys. You would need to have counter spells for the board wipes. You would need to, in some matchups, you need ways to just have them connect by giving them unblockability. There's a lot of problems this deck can run into, but when it doesn't have those problems, like forcing it into a corner, I guess, it's shining, I suppose. It's pretty fun. It's really fun to play. So I hope you give it a shot. If you have some of these cards laying around, you know, you probably have some Lord Skitters laying around. You could skip Azula, you know, you could skip Azula, and you could just Gonti. You're gonna need like 3 of these. I think it's probably the magic number. Decadent Dragon, by the way, is one of the only 2 cards besides the Rakdos joins up that will hit you with your Mai's, if you have Mai. So you could lean into that as well. So some cute little stuff. You could obviously play more Lana War Elves and just lean into this. Fully go more green based towards the end. Replace Azula with some big green monster, maybe with Trample. Trample could go pretty nicely with this. There are ways to mess around, but I don't know. I'm still figuring it out a little bit, but I wanted to get it to you. Much love. See you in the next one. There's like 2 or 3 games for you today, so hope you enjoy. All right, let's get a nice little Dubberoo. 2 Deep Caverns is always good. We have the Gonti. We have all of our cool black cards, so sure, dude. And this is a 4-color deck, but it's really not too hard with some of the treasure tokens we make, incidentally, and of course the Badgermole Cub helping. Even though it doesn't get us access to new colors, but obviously helpful. We'll pitch that. Now, what's really cool, like we are running Vitalities, we're running 3. So all of our like Lord Skitter tokens can tap. These creatures, this token when it dies can tap. So you get like 2 blockers out of it as well. Very cool. So let's just do this. Counter. Okay. I mean, it's probably going to hit something else later, so sure. Perfect. Roping 6. Please don't rope me. Roping 6. He's not. He's a cool guy. Alright, cool. Well, now we bat again. And they have another one. I actually saw that and just walked straight into it, didn't I? But to be honest, that's fine. Because now we got our Ashland. No, it's okay. We just do that. I should have just like... Bro, I'm already messing up this early into the game. It's fine. It does have to be 2, so we could have seen that coming. But now our Mai can survive, right? It was all part of the plan. I should have looked at this. Cool. Awesome. Roping 6. What you got for me, sir? My goodness. That's not what I wanted to see. Okay, very cool. I thought about this card given with all the changelings. This can obviously be pretty good, right? So, one-sided bounce. We will get the black here. Or sorry, the red. Yeah. And we'll get down one of our Gontis. And we're feeling pretty good about that. So, yeah, we obviously can't block that, but that's okay. Do they just bounce or kill our guy? Probably. In the box. Lovely, lovely. They're going to want to block or else we get the treasure, obviously. So, yeah. Yeah. 0 pin is 6. Okay. They have the blocker. So we do this. And they counter it? No. That's dirty. Well, that's cool. They apply it to. Oh, very nice. We swing. We can kill this picklock, at least. At least that's also smaller. It's pretty cool. So Azula doesn't get to show off her sexy booty. Because she can hit us something in the graveyard as well. And there's a lot of options here, so that's pretty cool. But. We are now going to threaten the Mai. So now when they start doing their stuff, they're going to be like, damn, yo, dang. We are going to go to combat here. This resolves. Shaboomy. We are now going to hit probably that Leviathan card. Yeah. And we're going to swing. Oh, yes. They may pay 1 life, and if they do draw a card, oh, cool. And we hit the Leviathan. Very cool. Awesome. And yep, now they're taking the 2. Mai doing work here. Could have got it down a little bit earlier, but I wasn't really expecting that Gonti to stick. But that did give me a lot of information about what was in their hand, right? So now we're just going to like go to town here because we just turned sideways, right? Yeah. Let's. Ooh. We could keep this in the bin, but we're just gonna get rid of scary stuff. We don't want them to do anything weird. So let's just turn sideways here. Oh, yeah. The Swamper. Okay. Yeah, boy. Let's lay this. We are going to lay our freebooter. This is lame. But with 5 mana, we can do both of these modes. So watch this. And the Glen Elendra being the closing deal, hopefully, here. When he tries to bounce all of our creatures. Oh, and they take the 2 life. I'm going to flash this out to assert dominance. And they are going to get their shit countered. Yeah. Alright, cool. Anyway. So, like, that was awesome. We got a lot of cards with Gonti. Azula didn't get to show herself off, but we do have some graveyard hate with the Azula. The bat's very important. Ashland can help. So pretty cool stuff. Some flyers in the deck. This card's a nice momentum play. We're just playing the 1, I think. I do have 2 now, but Mai doing work. So let's continue. We'll show off the Azula hopefully here. Okay, so we do have the Badgermole Cub hand. With Aractos joins up, which is kind of nice. We do have the Gonti. I don't know if it's Gonti or Gonti. I'm going to say Gonti. It feels more correct. And I know he's like one of the beloved ones, so I know people are fuming. I do like the go wide aspect of this, but we're going to look for some lands, some untapped lands hopefully here. Of course, we have the passage. That's actually exactly what I wanted. And then it's actually perfect to always choose your surveil lands, I would say, or your scry ones, because at least when they come back you get to like do something, you know, which I think is pretty cool. We could do No, we can't do anything fancy here. Yeah, we can't do anything fancy here, but we are going to do this. Perfect. And I think we are going to probably just do this for a black. I was going to say we could do this for the red. But yeah, we don't have the second black, and I think it's just better to just get like Gonti down. Unless I'm totally losing my mind. Okay, cool. And now this card's good, but like not when we have two Badgermole clubs. And it's not the best option for the enchantment stuff. So interesting deck here, but they do have some sauce. Okay, the ride's in. We could Rakdos joins up the friggin' thingamabobber. That's what we're gonna do. So we red here. You Rakdos. Okay. You get your Skitter. You go Shabami Shaboomy. You exile this because you need to assert dominance. You swing. And now if they do something weird, we can draw two cards. That actually scared the shit out. Okay. Exile non-land permanent. So it's not going to kill this thing. It's just to be expected. But we are going to do this to our rat. Because it's a free draw too, baby. Ooh, yeah, yeah. So I could have obviously like killed this guy as well. Something you could do. Ooh, this comes in tap though, but a very strong land. That's for sure. Ooh, we could do both. So, oh, well, no, we can't. Because of the thing. That's okay though. Let's do this. Okay. Swingle Pringle. Oh, they let both through. Kind of weird. Maybe they didn't even read this. It is super late at night. We'll just say that. We could tap, but I'm not even gonna. Not even gonna. Ooh, wow. Rakdos is pretty like just having the legendary when it dies, just pinging is really awesome upside for a just averagely costed board wipe. You know what I mean? But of course they're playing all these like banishing light stuffs. I like that this ramps a little bit. I've been seeing one-ofs in this, even in like really competitive decks, which is pretty interesting, I would say. Okay, I mean, they have some sauce, and they have two more cards in hand. They're playing blue. There could be like some Meringue River Regions and stuff coming down. They only have 5. Oops, sorry. Let's do... What is this? A Badgermole, right. Boom. Create the treasure. Cast their thing. We gonna freaking get this. Take away one of their things. So they did have 6 mana. Yes. Now, should we swing? Yeah, we're gonna swing with all. Go their thing. They have nothing in their graveyard. At least one of these will connect. So we will get one more card. Gonti's good, actually. It's just like going, what if we had a vitality and all the vitalities are tapping for... Ooh, we could tap that and that. Oh, that's crazy. Oh my golly. Target creature, enchantment enters. Ooh, yeah, wow. Wow, they are not playing the best enchantment cards available, I don't think. This is weird because I just got to Diamond or whatever, and I thought Platinum was... I feel like Platinum is always way more difficult for some reason. Good game.